through motherhood. We are Talk 100.3.
Welcome to Mamma Mia with me, Muriel, and gracing the studios today I have Nerissa Low, the founder of LIHT Organics. I'm right here having a chat with her about her recently launched store in the UAE. Welcome to the show, Nerissa.
Thank you so much for having me, Miriam.
You're more than welcome. Could you talk to me about your brand, LIHT Organics, and when and why did it start in the UAE?
So, LIHT Organics is basically a premium organic makeup brand, and I came here in the Middle East in 2019, right before COVID. So, why I started the brand was because of my own personal story. I had a serious bout of acne. It's all over my face, all over my back, all over my chest, and I actually had to have steroid injections into my pimples directly and have daily oral medication for like 3 years.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was really bad, and I tried everything and nothing worked. So during that time, I'm like, you know what, it's been 3 years, I need to find a more permanent cure for myself. And that was when I decided to go on a deep dive research. But what I found instead were the causes.
Right.
Yeah. So what I found was that a lot of the chemicals that I was using in my daily care products, in the makeup that I was using at that time, they were actually causing all these like hormone disruption, and hence the acne situation. So I actually did a detox of my skincare. I cleared out everything and I switched to organic skincare. But during that time, I couldn't find organic makeup.
Okay.
And that was when I was like, you know what? I think I have to make my own.
And that's how you began your journey of...
That's how I began my journey.
So talk to me about, when you sat down to decide, okay, I'm going to embark onto this journey. How did you manage to land with such a huge organization, and how did you manage? What was the first thing that you did? Where did you go? Who did you go? Who did you speak to? How did you try and test your products? And what was the entire rundown, the pilot phase like?
So we actually started with a really small dream to begin with, right? Like I just wanted to create makeup that I could use and that my friends would like to use, and it was just a really small dream. It was basically out of a personal need. It was very accidental that I ended up here in the Middle East. So it started because I actually did a showcase in Cosmoprof in Hong Kong, and I just did it for fun. I'm like, you know what? Let's go to a trade show and see what people feel about this.
Okay.
And we actually got really good traction. That was when I was like, you know what? I need to start thinking about how to create this line for a global market.
Right.
I was introduced to someone here in the Middle East. They brought us in. We actually launched over here, and we had 27 stores right before COVID. So during that time, it was, it sounds great in 2019, but when 2020 hit with the COVID situation, I was just like, oh my God, like what are we gonna do? Because we're in retail stores, right?
Absolutely.
So by the grace of God, we actually managed to survive COVID, and we're now in expansion phase. We relaunched here again in 2021, and it's been great. We've gotten such good traction from everyone over here. Like they love the idea, they love the concept, and we launched in 2019 as the first organic makeup brand in the Middle East, and was still the first organic makeup brand in the Middle East.
Wow. I mean, you currently we are at the Mall of the Emirates, and you have an activation going out over here. Talk to me about the activation, and how do you think it's going to actually benefit us? Because, when you talk about organic products, right, there are already existing products in the market. I know it's a huge... It's a huge fight for any new brand that enters into the market. You've already existing products. So how do you also plan on tackling that?
So I'm always like, thinking about different ways to kind of reach out to the customers and how to showcase the brand, because we're very different, right? Like I'm a rebel, so I never want to believe that everything has to be done a certain way. Why does makeup have to be bad for you? Why don't I create makeup that's good for you? So we've created a line of hybrid makeup products that have skincare benefits, where it actually improves your skin condition with regular use. So, like my foundations, when you use it for like 2 weeks straight, you can feel that your skin texture actually improves.
Wow.
So that was one of the things I wanted to kind of debunk, that myth. The other myth I wanted to debunk was the fact that organic/natural makeup is kind of like not pigmented, not long lasting, like it doesn't have the performance that people want. So performance has always been a big thing for me. I wanted to create makeup that people wanted to use. And here in the Mall of the Emirates, with our activation, I've decided, why does the metaverse have to be male? I met some guys during Meta Week, and I was like, you know what, there's so many guys here. Like, why can't we have women in this space, introduce them to something really different, and, where it's traditionally male-centric? So I thought, let's do a VR experience. And we are the first beauty VR experience here in the region.
Right. And how has the response been so far? I know today is open actually to the media and a lot of influencers around, a lot of general public as well walking in. What has been the feedback like?
The response has been great so far. I think everyone really loved the experience. It's like they're being teleported into a different world. And that was exactly what I wanted, like, especially after COVID, when people have been confined in a space and in a country for so long. I think a lot of people seek a kind of escape to just for a quick second, go to a different world, see something new, see something that you can't see in real life.
Right.
And that was what we wanted to create with our beautyverse, quote unquote. We wanted, like our consumers and, the media to come in, put on VR goggles, enter the beautyverse that we've created, choose your avatars, and you can be anyone you want to be. Choose different looks that you wouldn't typically have on a daily basis.
Right.
And these looks are actually tied to our makeup. They're actually inspired by real people who have done makeup with our makeup for these looks. And you can actually choose the products that they're using.
Amazing. I mean, this sounds really, really exciting. But when you talk about technology, and obviously you're talking about the VR experience and everything, talk to me about the the relationship or the marriage between technology and beauty, and how you've ensured the two of them are intertwined really seamlessly.
But they're usually not.
They're usually not, but you've done it. So
that was why I wanted to do it, because they're usually not. And I like to marry stuff that usually doesn't exist together. Just like how I've put together organic products with something that's that has high performance. Like typically these two don't go together. I mean, this is the general mindset about it. And it's the same with technology, because most guys are the ones who are into technology, and hence they can't kind of see that link with beauty.
Right.
But I think that going forward, I think women should not be deprived of that experience. And of course, we're using a lot of technology to create even better products for everyone. Nowadays you have seen technology where they scan your skin, and then it recommends products that are good for your skin based on what is being scanned. I mean, these are all things that we use on that's coming up in the market these days for us to be able to create better products for everyone.
Right. You also briefly mentioned about pandemic and your brand and how you survived it. Could you talk to us through this, because I know a lot of listeners listening to us right now would have probably gone through, similar kind of a wave that we all dealt with. But if you could just, talk us through and probably inspire everybody listening right now.
I think the big thing is that, especially for entrepreneurs out there, all the entrepreneurs who are listening, I think we always put a lot of pressure on ourselves to be perfect. But we're not perfect. And there's a lot of things out there that's not within our control, right? For example, this pandemic. Back in 2019, when I was getting investors in, one of the investors asked me, what do you think is going to go wrong with your project in the Middle East? And I was like, I don't think anything's going to go wrong. Like, we've got the contracts, it's all, super tight. We've got the money in. It's like, I couldn't see what could potentially go wrong. But then this pandemic happened, and then it went on for 2 years, right? Who would have thought? I'm like, yeah, okay, that I did not think of. And I think as humans, it's important for us to always be adaptable, and to never kind of take it so hard on ourselves. It's very difficult, especially when you're in that drama, to kind of oh my God, everything's so bad. But at the same time, you need to understand that we are all built to survive.
Oh my God, that's
We're
amazing.
all built to survive. And, as long as you're not dead today, you're going to live tomorrow.
Amazing.
Mamma Mia with Muriel Desar. Talk 100.3.
So talk to me through as to how are you going to make a noise in the UAE, and how are you going to create this safe space for you and the brand, and what's in store basically for the brand?
So we have a lot lined up for this year. We're definitely going to come up with new and better products, but that's just on a product level. We're going to, this activation is the first for us for 2023, and we're going to see where this takes us, right?
Right.
I have other stuff in store, which is again very different. Stay tuned for that. But guaranteed, you have never seen it before, and we always want to kind of, bring to the table something that will inspire everyone, be it other consumers, even other brands, because we're all here to kind of make the world a better place.
Amazing. And what about, when you talk about cosmetics, obviously you're linking them with women, and, that's one part. But Do you have any cosmetics that men could use as well?
So we are working on a line of skincare right now. I mean, of course, men feel free to use our makeup. To be honest, we've had guys use our foundation. They walk into the office.
I know a lot of them who use it.
Yeah, but like the thing about our foundation is that you can't actually tell you're using foundation. So it's almost like you walk in and everyone's like, your skin looks nice today, but we don't know what you did.
Right.
And that's what we want, right? It's natural enough for you to look like you rolled out of bed, but then it's also got buildable coverage if you want, a more intense look. So we've had guys who have used our makeup, no problems. They've tried it, they like it, they're happy. But we are coming out with a line of skincare products as well, to keep it simple yet effective for everyone over here.
Oh, great. And when you talk about herbal, natural, organic, these are some words obviously that the brands use and they abuse them as well, because I can't really tell with half of the brands. But in your opinion, what's your take on all of this, and is greenwashing a reality?
It definitely is a reality, and that's actually why I started my own brand, because previously when I bought products online, it says organic, it says natural, and then when I get it, I look at the box and I read the ingredients list and I'm like, there's no way this is organic or natural. And that's because I've been nerding out on it for like years, right? Trying to find a cure for myself. And I think this is something a lot of people need to be educated on, because there is so much greenwashing in the market. Like, just to give you a summary, right? What's the difference between organic, natural, and mineral? Not saying that these are not clean products, but just to give you a summary of like the different categories. Mineral products are made out of rocks. So these can't be certified organic because they're rocks, right?
Right.
Natural products are made from plants that are just grown on a regular farm, and they use chemical pesticides and chemical fertilizers. So it gets into the plants and it gets into us when we're using it. Yeah. Now, organic products are products that are made from plants that are grown on organic farms that are situated 40 kilometers away from a regular farm, so they don't get the cross-contamination of the chemical pesticides and the fertilizers. Yeah.
Interesting. Yes. Very interesting.
Now, that being said, there are a lot of organic products out there that claim to be organic, but if you look at the ingredients list, you'll find that they have less than, like 20% organic ingredients. Because usually when you look at the ingredients list, the first ingredient on the list is what it contains most of, and it goes down by descending order.
Whoa.
Yeah, in terms of the content. Now, our products are 90% organic. So it's super high, right? But if you compare it with different products, like how many ingredients in there are actually organic? And I think a lot of consumers need to start, making that habit of looking at ingredients lists and asking themselves, like, which of these ingredients you would actually eat? Because inevitably, if you're putting them on your skin, they will actually get into your body.
Wow, my eyes are... The moment you're talking, and with every little fact that you're throwing at me, my eyes are literally rolling higher and higher. I think you've summed everything up, Nerissa. Thank you so very much. I'm not going to let you go because I want to ask you a very important question. Since we have almost 70 to 80% women listening to us on our station, I want to know from you, as a woman entrepreneur and as someone who's chased, her dreams and has gone for it and has made it all happen, what is that one advice, or what are the do's and don'ts that you'd like to share with everybody listening to you who look up to you as a role model, and one fine day who probably would be sitting right next to you and saying, hey, Nerissa, look, I made it as well?
That is so sweet. Such kind words. Well, I think the main thing is that we need to really believe in our passion, follow what we really believe in. We need to be super authentic. Now, LIHT Organics is not about being perfect, but we are about being authentic. And that is what I encourage every woman to be, because, I'm Asian, okay? So,
so am I.
As Asians, I'm sure you can relate to this, but we grew up with a lot of social conditioning.
Yes.
Everyone tells us what to do, who to be, what to wear, what to say. And you know what? I'm a little sick of it, right? So I think that every woman out there should be able to look deep within themselves, find what it is that they truly, truly believe in, shut out the noise on the outside, and just follow that path, because that is a path that's going to shine that light as your compass.
Amazing. And those are wise words that you heard from Nerissa Low, the founder of LIHT Organics. Thank you so very much for being a part of my show. Looking forward to reading some great stories of you, great success stories about you. And I know that LIHT Organics will really, really make a splash in the UAE.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. It's been so much fun, and I would love to see you soon.
Absolutely. And you've just heard me live on Talk 100.3.
This is Talk 100.3.